If there's one thing that I love just as much as cooking, it's anime. So today we're going to be making a recipe from the anime Spice and Wolf honey pickled apples. First, we're going to start by peeling our apples. You can do this with a peeler or a knife just as long as you remove all the skin. And as always, make sure you use a sharp knife because you don't want to see my wife in the hospital. Then we're going to cut the apples into quarters and remove the core by making a diagonal cut across the middle section of the apple. Alternatively, you can use a melon baller or apple core to remove the core too. Afterwards, cut your apples into thick slices and add them to your container. Here I'm using 2 mason jars. Now it's time to make our pickling liquid. Into a saucepan, we add 1 tablespoon of fresh minced ginger, a 1/4 cup of sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, cinnamon, ground clove, and ground allspice, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, half a cup of water, 1 cup of apple cider vinegar, and 3/4 cup of your favorite honey. Here I'm using a local unfiltered Louisiana honey. Take the saucepan over to the stove and bring it to a boil, whisking constantly. Then lower it to a simmer and allow it to reduce for 10 minutes. Make sure you use a pot that's big enough to account for boil over. If not, you'll run into the issue I had here where I had to keep lifting the pot off the element to let it settle so it didn't boil over the sides. Once it's reduced, pour it over your apples and then let them sit for about 20 to 30 minutes until they're room temperature. Make sure to place something on top of the apples so they stay submerged into the liquid. After the liquid has cooled, strain it back into the pot and let it reduce for an additional 10 to 15 minutes. While that's reducing, we mix 3 teaspoons of cornstarch and a little bit of water to make a slurry. This will be used to further thicken the pickling liquid to get that nice syrupy consistency we're looking for. Add the cornstarch slurry and then let it cook for 2 more minutes and then pour the liquid over the apples for a final time. And let it cool fully in the fridge. Once cool, you are now free to enjoy these delicious honey pickled apples. They should be nice and bright thanks to the ginger and lemon, and all the ground spices should add a beautiful warmth to it. Thanks so much for watching and enjoy.